the hardest working podcast in Portland, Oregon, man.
Play no
Game. What's up, you guys? It's CB, your favorite Pacific Northwest underground, but on top of the ground podcast host. And I brought friends today.
I'm Arthur.
And you know who we got right here? We got it's disrespectful to call him a Portland legend. We got I need to close the back up on me real quick.
Worldwide.
Wait. Today we're gonna learn about the breath. We got the BreathWork King. Zoom out. We got Aaron Robinson on the podcast today. And if you like that intro, like, comment, subscribe. We're here all day, 7 times, only Wednesdays. Like, comment, subscribe. We're on Instagram. But I don't think this man needs no further introduction because he's been on the show before. So he's got to go with the shits and giggles. So we're going to go to our very first topic, as we always do first, because he's returning, so we don't got too much of new stuff. Hit us up. Lace us up, man.
So this segment is called Play No Games. It could be positive, negative, informative. It could be anything about your day. All you have to say is, I'm ready to play no games about this. And guess what? I'll go first. So, 4th of July, when this comes out, it was last week. We still got some, idiocracy in society of, understanding, temperature, weather, and fire. It just doesn't line up. We currently are going through another fire that started in the gorge during 4th of July weekend again from fireworks. And I think we just, there's just a period of time where, people aren't learning, the aspects of what is being damaged in this process. And I just feel like, when is there some type of care for other people? In this sense, yes, you're celebrating Independence Day, whatever the case may be for the United States, whatever the case may be, whatever. But now you're setting it on fire. So it's backwards to me. So I don't know. What y'all think?
Yeah. Well, first of all, thank you for having me. I didn't know we were going to go into white people in so soon, but
Okay.
I'm glad.
Wasn't expecting. I'm not gonna lie. Okay.
Oh, wow.
I mean, but yeah, it is unfortunate that I think some people just take it too far. My next door neighbor was blasting off fireworks and she was like, "This was the best money I've ever spent." I was like, "Wait, what?" They lean all the way into it, and it's almost like the firework is almost like symbolism of a rebellion. If you're not going to actually go out there and cause violence, it's a contained expression of violence that I feel like is misplaced, and it's kind of just stupid. It's just dumb. It's you're going to wake up the neighborhood. Why are you setting off fireworks at midnight right now? It's people are trying to sleep.
That's crazy that you say that, because it made me think of The Purge. That's what came to mind when you said that. This day of nonchalant ignorance, violence, surge of just everything. In The Purge, and the bell starts going off, and or the timer start going off, and everyone gets their masks and their knives and their guns ready. That's literally what drew to my mind as you were saying that.
Yeah, I just feel like those the people that really go all in on America, they don't have a lot of different outlets. It's literally just football, whatever. I don't know what else that they do, but it's there's not a range of expression that they do. So 4th of July is the Super Bowl. It's oh, how are we gonna we're all gonna get together and this they literally look at the calendar and just circle that's the one. It's Super Bowl, 4th of July. What's another one?
Christmas?
Hey.
I don't know.
I don't know either. Your thoughts on this?
I'm not gonna lie. I've been around you a very long time, and I've learned a lot from you. But your deduction of explosive, I think that was literally one of the smartest things you've ever said. Like,
damn.
Literally like my cap got peeled back. I was like, damn. I was like, I think he's right. Like, I'm always a person who like sits in the middle with stuff because like it's not like I want to be swayed. Like if I'm thinking something, I want to hear everyone out. And I was like, damn, it is a contained expression of rebellion. I was like, fuck. I was like, man, he's in the Matrix. Damn. All right, Neo.
Sporin.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Mushroom.
Mm-hmm.
If y'all missed that, bars.
Too late. It's too late for you.
That's like the one that you like figure out like I figured out like once you figured it out, like I said it and then I had to like let it sit and I was like, oh, and then the connection got made and I'm like, oh yeah. But it had to come out first. Shoot your shot.
Hey, it's literally what you did was like a Lil Wayne verse back in the early 2000s.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no.
Real
absolutely.
G's move in silence like lasagna. As a kid, I didn't understand that. And then high school, I was like, this nigga is crazy with the bars because the G is silent. Oh my God.
Damn.
It's bigger than that too. I mean, when you think about it, it's bigger than that. There's layers on layers.
Oh, because it's lasagna. Oh, damn.
You're coming in hot. Anything
My
else?
guy, Mr. Robinson. What you playing no games about?
What am I playing no games about? Wait, is this part of the original question? Like,
This is a part of the intro, fam.
oh, what am I playing no games about? Like creating the life that I want to live and not letting anybody else's idea of who I should be and what I should do affect me to the degree that it had in my adolescence and to the degree that society is kind of force-fed what they should be to them every single day. I think peeling back those layers of self and then getting to a point of like, all right, like we're doing this thing. Like there's no safety net. There's nobody directing. There's no, like, it's all self-relied. Obviously, like a lot of collaboration and a lot of, I guess, help from others as well. But it's like we're leaning on ourselves and trusting ourselves. So I'm not playing games about creating the best life possible.
Go ahead.
I'm going to refrain myself because there's like a point I'm going to connect very soon for us. But I want to say I really resonate with that because I think a lot of people, I say this a lot in my role as a mental health professional / warrior, where I feel that people, at least in the Western society, really are focused on just surviving. And like, there's nothing, and I don't want people listening, there's nothing wrong with choosing to survive. Like, it's a primal instinct. I want you to survive. I say a lot of times, if you need to miss this appointment, do it. Go do that. I want you to do that. But also, I introduce there's an aspect of living. And sometimes that comes in the form of YOLO. You only live once. Travel. Go do that. Whether you have 1 cent or $100, make it happen. And I think when we have the full understanding of like human life is when we can balance and intertwine those things together. Because if there's a balance of knowing when to press the gas and go, and there's a balance of I'm going to just sit and be in this stillness. So I always talk about combining the two because you can't just do both. I mean, you can't just do one of them. They have to coexist. Mm-hmm. And that's why I say this saying a lot. 2 things can be true at the same time. You got to eat, but you can also wait. Intermittent fasting. But I don't go down that rabbit hole. So I fucks with that.
I think it's important what you said. I think it for me is begin to click within the last few years of just not allowing things or people to stop you from doing what you always wanted to do. Mm-hmm. And it's about it's also, I feel like it's a primal instinct too. It's like that chase, man, like manifesting this chase of like the life that you want, right? And I'm chasing down the prey in this aspect of like what I'm doing, and I feel like what you said has triggered so much and resonated so much in the growth that I'm trying to not only fulfill in myself, but has also been fulfilled so far. So it's like this continuous process. So I think that's pretty dope, man. I respect that a lot.
What does it feel like to, like, when you say like chase down? Like, does that, like, how does that feel in your body to like be chasing something?
It's like that passion, right? That fire, that drive, that motivation, right? Like a cheetah doesn't go into the wild and be like, I might eat today, might not. It's like, no, I'm gonna eat today. And they put their lives on the line sometimes to catch that prey, into the sense of they make themselves run so fast their heart might stop so that they can eat. And I think sometimes having that mentality can be positive, and sometimes it can also be negative. And I think it goes back to what Robert's saying, finding that balance.
Yeah, and then you get that one cheetah who was smarter than them all. I was like, I'm tired of running. I'm gonna make a business. And he's like, instead of killing deers, I'm gonna kill humans with flaming hot Cheetos. Today's sponsor.
Oh my god,
Chester Cheeto.
I was like, what the fuck? You fucking
it's flaming.
I
baby.
think it's good to have that switch though. Like I've newly uncovered that switch of like unfuckwittable. Like where it's like, oh, like I can do this thing, like just get the fuck out of my way. And that energy has definitely come out over the last number of like years, months, where it's just like I see the vision, like I'm just going straight towards it. I'm not waiting for someone else to like put their like fear or doubt into this vicinity, because I don't have time to deal with that shit. But it can just run you exhausted to always be in that, like, because that's almost like a fear response as well. It's like, oh, I gotta eat, I gotta be on 10, when you need to rest at that time.
Yeah.
Somebody, as far as like an animal analogy, someone like talked about like a spider. Like a spider is like relaxed, making their web for however long, and they just chill and then wait for their meals to just come to them. And that's kind of like what I feel like I've been embodying in practice and in action, because it's like I'm not this super rah person at all, but then it's like when an opportunity comes up, it's like, oh, I've been cultivating this energy in this time, in this space, these relationships for this time, like just so something can come and enter my life. And that's kind of like the switch. So it's like, all right, there's that part of me, but then there's also like all right, like let's put the boots on and let's go out and get it. It's nice to be able to like relax, but still know I'm operating in like my highest purpose.
That's deep.
Spider, huh?
Spider.
Okay, Miles Morales.
Who's that?
Oh, it's a black spider.
Oh, Spider-Man.
Yeah, he was patient. But anywho, hater. Anywho, you know what I'm playing no games about?
What you playing no games about, Robert?
Last week I was super deep of mine. Now I'm with I want to play no games about New York.
New York.
New York. Alicia Keys, overrated. Whoa! I was gonna say allegedly you broke up our family, but to create another family, use an Avenger.
No, that's not alleged. That's real.
Okay. Hey, she might watch this one day. I want to hear you on the piano. But shout out. Whoa! Interesting.
No, she's great on the piano.
Wow, there's a lot of hate on that voice right there. Okay, go ahead.
What do you mean?
I
don't hate anything. What are you talking about?
Yeah. Go ahead, ask. Go ahead.
No,
ask.
continue.
What you gotta get, Alicia?
I don't have anything against Alicia.
You just called her overrated. How is she overrated?
I mean, okay, this is what it is. Nothing compares to Fallen. So when that came out, that was like, yes, best in the world.
Okay.
And I don't think anything ever came back to hit that point. The fuck is that?
Go ahead and drop the mic. I got you, Alicia.
Really?
I got you, Alicia.
Really?
Like Fallen's like that's the one.
Fallen's a great song. I'm not.
I will like sing to that right now, but like I can't name another one that moves you to that degree.
She also hasn't dropped a lot of music in a long time.
I know it doesn't matter though,
but
like you thinking like New York is on that same level? Because that's the only other one that's like up there that most people know about.
No, I don't know about that one.
Really? Yeah. When the rest of the choir comes in too, you're just like, whoa, out of body.
Love.
Are you on your phone looking for other hit Alicia Keys songs?
Absolutely.
While he's doing that,
That should be off the top.
while
Absolutely.
he's doing that,
Yeah, get on your Spotify.
I wanna-
not Spotify, but
I don't want to play no games about. So I was saying New York, and I was watching this video of this New York immigrant, and like he had this 55-inch TV on his head, and I forgot from what country in Africa he was in, and like everyone was like, you can't. Why are you having it on your head? Or is your head broken and things like that? And he was this brother was on a bike with a TV 55-inch, the one that is in the studio on the lower level. And like he was riding the bike and doing turns with a TV on his head. Bro, I was like, manifestation is a real thing. People thought he was crazy. Now, when you watch this video, I'm going to have the video playing so y'all can see this. But like this brother was really captivating people. And he was like, I had to get this job done. So I was just like, what limiting beliefs are we holding? Because this dude, because I'm pretty sure
he was moving the TV.
No, the TV was sitting on top of his head.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Was it like the old school like big booty TVs or a flat screen?
Flat screen.
Okay.
It's not in the box, right? So I just saying like how many times I tell myself in a day that I can't do that, and it's just like he's like and how he was talking, he's like I just had to get it done. So I was wanting to say manifestation, y'all. If a brother could put a TV on his head and bike, what can't we do?
What does it have to do with New York?
Look at him.
What does that have to do with New York?
He's in New York.
Oh, well, like the lead-in could have been something else. It could have just been manifestation.
Okay,
or
New
just
York
like
hater.
willpower, or like
I want
vertebrae health.
Hey, my New York fan base, y'all really in the description.
Oh, wow.
See?
But it's like New York?
Hey, that's that New York attitude.
New York state of mind?
Yes. Yeah, that's who we were watching our videos. That's why I had to shout him out.
Oh, this is like a talent though. Like he's not like I thought it was like he's actually like moving it to actually make a delivery. Like he's like doing that for like money and stuff and like internet fame. That's for clout. That's not to get a job done.
Hey, I think it was getting the job done. I enjoyed it. I saw it differently. Anywho, yeah.
I think he has an OnlyFans subscription.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't.
So Superwoman, Woman's Worth, Unthinkable. These are all great songs too as well.
Yeah, can you sing them? Or
I can't sing.
I mean, at least just like hum it, like the song.
A woman's worth. It's like you can buy me diamonds, you can buy me pearls, you can take me straight around the world. Baby, you know I'm worth it.
For sure. Hey, I'm not. You know what? I forgive what I stated because her and Swiss's house is fucking amazing. The best house I've ever seen in my life.
They wrote it
like
off.
The interior design, like the location, the energy there.
Oh man,
And she's a beautiful person.
No,
Like, when
yeah,
I see her,
absolutely.
I'm like, oh my god, she's
Yeah,
amazing.
she has a great soul.
Yeah,
Yours-
100% present.
Wow. Speaking of beautiful souls, taking a lot of good oxygen there, pal.
Yeah.
You've been on the show before, and for returning guests, we like to ingratiate people to be back on the show naturally. Because you've done so much, because we always like people like updates. It's going to be a little bit catch us up, but like also we're still going to have our nice little flow. So Believe it or not, you guys, we were tagged in a photo not too long ago by this man over here, and it was talking about failure, and it was talking about shedding the mold of being a multi-creator. So to catch everyone back up to what Aaron's been up to, why did you shed that multi-creator mindset?
I think I didn't shed it completely, but it was definitely something that I wanted to move away from, as far as like promoting myself as something that does a million different things, because it kind of devalues each of those categories or each of those pillars. So you're not the expert in anything. And it feels like there's just like a lot of like energy spread. You're kind of spread thin and kind of putting out fires like across the room. And it's just like, yo, I don't have the energy to go way over there to entertain that request or entertain that job or experience right now. So I think over this last year and part of this year, that came into clarity with the match when, I feel like we should just dive into that too.
Set you up for it there, pal.
I know you did, but it's like, you could have been like, so the match.
Nah.
But anyways, so and I have been
CB.
doing. What was that?
Cartier Bob.
Cartier Bob.
Thank you.
Damn, you got some fans back there.
That's okay.
7-Eleven spinning sunglasses, Bob. Cartier Bob.
There we go.
Oh man, here we go.
Actually, there's a dope New York brand called Cartier. Really hard. Anyways, so we were doing the match, like Portland's premier dating experience.
Yes, sir.
Multiple venues, multiple love interests introduced, food, music, drinks, all that kind of stuff. Curating events from the ground up, creating relationships with local Portland businesses, hotels, venues, etc. So we did like 3 of them total. Yeah, 3 total. Really great experiences every single time that we did it. It was like, oh, this is great. This is like momentum. This is needed. Like seeing a need for connection in the community, just for people dating and getting out and meeting one another. Like we saw the need. We had a plan to execute, and we executed on that plan. And then we came up to this last one that we were going to do earlier this year. And we had like a beautiful venue locked in. Like they were really excited about it. And we're getting prepped for making it happen. But our Achilles heel is getting men to show up at these events. I don't know what it is, but guys just are
So
apprehensive.
crazy.
Apprehensive to showing up to places where there's beautiful women. Don't know what it is. I think there's a safety component when it's like it's easier to just sit on your phone and just kind of like be somebody else that you're not. But if you got to show up as you are, there's more. It's a little bit more vulnerable to be denied in your face. That's one of my theories. I don't know what the thing is, but anyways, guys weren't signing up, and we had this discrepancy between feminine presenting people and masculine presenting people, men and women. And there was like 20 something women signed up, like 2, maybe 0 guys. I don't know what it was. And then I had this moment where I was just like, hey, I don't have to do this. I don't have to have this job, this thing that's creating stress and like having to fulfill this order, this need. Like it's okay just to like drop the baton and quit. Like we've already done this a number of times. I don't need to prove it to anyone else. I have a business that I'm running over here that needs more of my attention, needs more of myself. And that's kind of where it all kind of came into clarity for me. It was like, oh, I am spreading myself too thin. And it's like, I don't need to do all of these other things to kind of prove my worth and be that cheetah on the tundra and like chase down every single meal and make things happen and stuff. It's like, I need to save some of that energy for myself. And then I can double down on the thing that brings me the most happiness and is of the most service and helps the most people. That's the breath work. That's the meditation. That's the self-discovery component where I'm like, oh, just go all in on that and you're good. I don't need to prove myself as a photographer, as like a video producer or any of those things. I still do those things and then do them in when I'm inspired and I want to work with like my friends and do dope projects, but I'm not going to be out here like just trying to do stuff for the hell of it anymore.
Okay, I think I'll speak on my reflection. So we were showing up for one of the meetings, and I'll just say this: out of all the people I've ever worked with, I definitely want Aaron in the group project. He will not let me down. I've been with a lot of people, so I would say I am chomping at the bits where me and him will collaborate on something again. I feel like when I create with him, it's magic. I feel like it's literally LeBron and D Wade. It's KD and Steph. It is a combination. Y'all wanted me to say Dame and CJ, didn't y'all? He's gone. Anywho,
They're both gone.
I want to give y'all some, it's not $1 million worth of game, but I want to give y'all some game. When I collaborate with Aaron or anyone I collaborate that I see as a friend outside the business, I always like to leverage, like, this is our friendship, this is the business. And I always told him or anyone I work with that it's equally as important for us to do things business-wise, but also maintain our friendship. So I remember the caller text. I can't remember how it was, but you were like, I think we should quit. And my first initial reaction was like, this nigga crazy. This nigga might be soft. He might be that Wonder Bread. Let me see what's going on. And I literally I had to sit down and like hear what he was saying, because when me and Aaron talk, I'll give y'all some free game. I feel like he really hears me, and that's why he's one of my cherished friends. So I think before that initial reaction, when you work with your friends, you're like, why is this going down? I was like, let me hear him out, because I feel like the type of person that I associate with, or Aaron himself, something must be going on. And when he told me that we were having the issue with the guys and all that stuff, and I'll talk about that momentarily, but like, he was like, I'm not working in my purpose. I agree with him right off the top. And I agree with him because I had the opportunity to take a step back and had to look at what I was doing. Where like putting on matchmaking or matchmaking events, like, that's cool and all, but I know I want to be a matchmaker. I'm telling you to go to that event. I'm not putting on that event. Like, I'm working with you in a microsphere to like build you up so you can go talk to that girl. Where like, I know the people who are running the event, they're good dudes. Hey, he's running, he's hella cool, whoop, 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 whoop. Go do that. In our package deal, maybe I can talk to AJ, show me what he saw you doing. Oh, you was out there on your phone. Look at you, wasting your time and your money. And I'll just say that was one of the things that pushed me to be more present on the show, play no games, more present with, my friends here and what they're doing, because, once we get that lockdown there, if I want to do matchmaking events, then I'll have more bandwidth. So I appreciated him from like having us have that, like, that check-in where I like,
Reflection.
Exactly. Like, was that working for us? Because in all honesty, when we stopped doing that, I saw more dividends here. I saw more dividends other places I'm doing, where like this next 2 to 3 weeks, a lot of stuff here has been changing. And if y'all are stout listeners, a lot of shit happened once we stopped doing the match. We're at 100 subscribers now. We're past that now. We've got at least 1,000 people or at least watching some type of video a week now, where I'm just kind of like, oh, okay, this is what happens when I'm putting that energy. But one last thing I want to speak to is, our Achilles heel when it came to men. I was gonna have this kind of like be more like a background question, kind of for us to ask like to end the show with, but I'll bring it up now. But 'cause I know AJ has questions and things like that about what's been going on with you. But one of the things I kind of want to say from my perspective is there's something going on in this day and age. I don't want to say it's like a Portland. I kind of want to say it's a Portland thing a little bit too as well. But
it's nationwide.
But it's like it's just I want to see. I don't want to add to the phrase like putting down men. Like I'm trying to work on my delivery of like, all right, how can I uplift but also not sugarcoat when it comes to things where I'm like, I know a lot of people say for men that you have to produce or you have to do something. We've been having this analogy of chasing. Like I feel like it's hardwired in our DNA to like, all right, I'm going to put forth energy and effort. And I feel like in this day and age, sometimes men don't know the pure essence of putting forth that energy. And I'm talking about from the purest intention, the purest integrity of I'm going to go up to this girl and holler at her. And if it doesn't go, it doesn't go. And I feel like we're so fear and rejection has so much dominion over us that we're not willing to take that L. And then the dudes in the Justin LA comments being like, oh, women ain't shit. It's the same dudes who are like, who can't get nobody and screaming passport bros. Like, so I guess I'm saying that all to say that I'm also glad that this happened. You know, I enjoyed the match. I enjoyed creating with you, my good man. And it was, I think we had to do that because I feel like we had the same vibes of like, all right, I'm going to keep doing this to show y'all. And I already have enough to show y'all.
I want to speak on your men comment because I think it's important, and I don't think we speak on it enough. There's definitely a huge issue with men in our society today, and I don't know if it's a lack thereof, but I feel that because working in the high school, I see it all the time. I have a hard time with men participating in anything, even if it's specific for men. Like this is a male specific event. I need you to show up. They don't show up.
So like besides basketball and all that other stuff, right?
They don't show up. And we can even get more pinpointed to where a lot of times it's our black men who really don't show up. And so it's this reliability to rely on women to do things for us has, I think that society and parenting has created a lot of the issues that we deal with. This sense of my mom is going to give me everything I need. So at the end of the day, I need my woman to give me everything I need. And it's like, wait, time out, partner. Like, you have to work for some stuff. You have to challenge yourself. You have to be the head of the household in aspects. You have like, I think a lot of men have lost that drive to be different. It's more of drive. And if I fail, then I don't try anymore. And it's crazy to see that it's not only 14, 15, 16-year-olds, but it's also 27, 28, and 29-year-olds that are doing the same thing as these kids are. And so it's very interesting that you bring that up because I see the same thing at the high school level. And so, and if I'm seeing it and you're seeing it, there's a whole generation of something's missing. And that is a huge issue.
And this is why I like to be very delicate about this conversation because then we get 50-50 and trying mixed up. 50-50, right? That's like, I feel like that's such an arbitrary, like surface level view of like relationships are because it's fluctuating because there are going to be points in your relationship where, you know, you're going to be producing more than your partner and that's okay. And there's going to be times where it's going to be the same. But when people talk about 50-50, everyone's like, it has to be 50% this, 50% this. And it's like, that's a very rigid thinking module when it comes to that because a partnership fluctuates because maybe 1 week your girl's not gonna, maybe a month and vice versa, where I'm like, if it's always this rigid, there's no room for flexibility. And then my last piece too with this is like, it's hard to gauge someone trying. So I always say this, you know, when you're being pushed too much because when we promise stuff to people and they don't do stuff, we're quick to be like, you know what? You didn't do that for me. But when we promise things to ourselves, it's like, oh, it was okay. You know where the buck stops. And a good coach coaches an individual or a good therapist or a good person who not monitor, but that helps guide humans, allows them to be so in line with their core self, where you can honestly say, my girl's asking me to listen. I'm not listening to her. Am I really listening to her? Am I pushing myself? And I feel like when you have that authenticity to yourself, where you're tapped in, I feel like you are trying. I feel like people are disingenuous to trying.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why we appreciate the Russell Westbrooks of the world.
Yeah, I think to AJ's point, it's like the guys that we're talking about like aren't even at that point of like 50-50 is not even a thing, because they're not even like at the front door, like they're not even talking to anybody. It's just like the trying part, like just or general sense of like apathy to life, and just being completely like demoralized, no confidence, no energy, like no purpose. Like those are the things that I feel like a lot of men are dealing with these days. And it's like at some point it's like, all right, it just becomes so unbearable, and it comes out in different behavioral things, whether that's drinking and smoking or hanging out with the wrong people, X, Y, and Z. But it's something that comes to a crossroads at some point. I think all of us have probably gotten into that point, like where we're just like, fuck, it's like, it sucks being me right now. And at that point of like, all right, we're going to either flip things around and make things work, or we're just going to keep hoping and praying that mom's going to come in and save me. And there's like I've been on that road. But yeah, I just don't have the answers to like how to inspire people to just not even just show up to a dating event. That's just whatever, but just showing up for themselves. Like, how do you start showing up for yourself? That's something that's like, that fascinates me, is that point where you're just like, you know what? Like, I'm gonna fucking do it. I don't care if I have nobody like on my side or not. Like, we want community, and community can be a great springing off point to find like-minded people that are interested in the same things, and they can share their stories. But there's a way. It just, each person has a different path to finding that inner peace, finding their confidence to show up to things. But it is like that growth point, which is what the match was. It was like an edge. It was presenting an opportunity for people to walk into that next level of growth for themselves. That's what I think that we were bringing to men, was like, hey, I'm shy. I don't talk to a lot of girls. Like I haven't had a lot of luck on dating apps, like X, Y, and Z. And it's just like, all right, well, that's what your experience has been. We're going to bring you right into the lion's den, and you're going to talk to some girls.
In different
like
capacities.
that's the whole thing. It's like, let's stop like making this so like taboo and stuff. It's like, no, you can go into a room and like introduce yourself to somebody in a safe environment that, with other people around that are holding everyone accountable, which is what our role is to make sure that the women feel safe, the guys feel safe, the venue's respected. We're providing an experience, and like that's the magic, and that's the value that we're bringing to people. And I think, I don't know if that was communicated or not, but it's like, as like a creative, as like somebody that like brings things into existence, everything's always based on intention. And like, that's the pure intention, that like whatever you do, if it's coming from a pure place, like will make an impact in the world. And I hope that anybody listening to this that hasn't found their thing is starting with what your intention is, and whatever you bring into the world will be the right thing for somebody.
I think that's important. I think a lot of people, you talked about it, don't know themselves right now. They don't know where they want to be, what steps they want to take. And that's, I think, both men and women both. And we live in a society where you're so bombarded by all this, be this and be that and be like this person and be like that. And people are just like taking it in and like can't figure out which pathway to go. And it's like, it's not about what pathway to go in. It's about what fits you. Like what does your heart desire? What do you love doing? And I think we have to go back to the baby steps. Like, go back to when you're a child and you played this game because I love playing this game over and over and over again. What is those things? And I think we lose that. We begin to lose that sense of love or passion for whatever the work may be. I mean, there's people that get paid for fishing every day. and they love doing it. You know what I'm saying? And it's something that it's like jobs are created off of hobbies. And I think people don't understand that. Like, and when you begin to think about those things, you can create the work that you want, or you can manifest the work that you want, and that will come to you. And I think it's people aren't looking within themselves. We've lost our sense of self for a while, men and women both. I think so.
So I think I'll cut that. What I want to say is, whoever watched or participated, supported, and did anything for the match, I just want to say thank you. I know myself and I know Aaron will probably say that we, from the bottom of our souls, we really appreciate you showing up and showing out. And believe it or not, if you enjoyed us in that effect, please watch us while we're on our individual playgrounds, because there's something there. And we just want to say thank you.
Thank you.
So I have a question. I think it's gonna kind of transition a little bit. And my question to you is, how do you change the mindset of natural or ethnical medicine? How do you change this? Because I feel like, to me, natural medicine is like ethnic medicine, like cultural medicine.
Like, how do I
change that mindset, right?
Oh, fucking get educated. I think our personal experience is the teacher. Like how have things been going? Like, as far as like the self-reflective point is like, okay, like why are my knees starting to go bad? Once you hit 30, I'm like, what's going on with these knees? I don't understand. But then you start getting curious. It's like, all right, like, why is my energy low? Like right now I'm like reading a book called Super Wellness that I was referred to, that just talks about like the baseline, like free health care that we have every single day. Like, and that doctors are not, they don't know how to create health. All they know how to do is prescribe drugs and surgery. They are experts in disease and sickness and what drugs to give you if you are, but that's not sleep level. That's not like energy. That's not vitality. That's not uplifting. Like what things do doctors give you that like make you feel at peace and make you feel clear-minded and healthy and vibrant? They don't have those things. They only have things that sever your sense of self and your feeling of self. So I think it's, one is being curious as to like your experience in your body. What is your energy level? Are you living in your passions? Are your relationships, like, are they fulfilling relationships? What is your environment that you're sleeping in, that you're at home in? Are you so there's all these life circumstances in our daily lives that we get to kind of audit every single day. Like, what time am I going to bed? What time am I waking up? Like, am I happy? Am I joyful? Am I passionate? Am I energetic? And be honest about it. And then from there, it's like, all right, like, what can I do to have more energy? Okay, like, well, I've been eating like cereal. No shade against cereal, but it's killing you. And so is that soda. And so I think just the general curiosity, having the curiosity to kind of put the things that we love on the chopping block. And it's like, what do I like more? Do I like Captain Crunch, Apple Jacks, or or do I want to live till I'm 87 and be with my grandkids? It's like, which one is more important to you?
Challenge accepted.
Okay.
When we're in our perspective, you know,
it's a value system.
No,
it's like, what do you value?
Oh yeah. So when we're in our perspective, you know, retirement homes, or, you know, our kids, or, you know, making sure we're not in one of those. Hopefully future children don't put us in retirement homes. I'm gonna eat a bowl of fucking Captain Crunch in your face. And you're like, like, yeah, Captain.
With no teeth, that shit's gonna fuck
I'm
up
gonna have
your
teeth.
gums.
I'm gonna have teeth. I was
gonna
say
gums.
crunchitize me, fucking Captain. I'm gonna enjoy the fuck out of that cereal.
Yeah, I think the point is just like everyone being their number one, being their primary care physician. Like you are the number one. Like don't hand over the baton to somebody whose job it is, who gets reinforced by dealing out like pharmaceuticals to you. Like they get a raise if they give out more drugs. So they don't have an incentive to kind of nurture your growth in your health journey.
Absolutely.
A 15-minute doctor visit does not give you what you need. Like you're with yourself 365, like 24/7, and you're still just outsourcing your health to someone else. So I think the curiosity, accountability, and then trying things, being open to new ways of living.
So I want to come to this conversation open-minded, and I think the very first time, like, because I'll be honest, I really haven't been in and out of like the hospital system that much. I've been fairly healthy my entire life. You know, a lot of people who watch the show, diary as a fat kid. I used to be fat, and then I got teased, and then I got unfat, and I think for me, one of the things I kind of want to bring up is I was never told any other alternative, not for weight, but like I think I really got tapped into it when I was listening to Big Sean. He was, I think it was his most latest album, and he was talking about how he went to doctors for his heart, and then he went to a holistic doctor, and he got worked out there, and he didn't have any more heart problems. And I think for me as a listener, from someone who's never really had complications, and if you look at Big Sean, he seems fairly healthy and on top of him if you look at his entire career. So the reason why I bring that up is, what do you think besides self, right, is getting someone through the door where someone who's pristinely healthy will say they're at, because I feel like you're kind of talking about if we're going to like primary, secondary, tertiary type of like health, where I'm kind of thinking it would be like, what would be like the poster to get people to be like, oh, boom, you should just check out holistic ways of taking care of yourself.
Mm-hmm. Are you saying like a suggestion?
Yeah.
I think it's just look at the health of your family and yourself, and then like what do you want? It's like, what do we want? Like we want to live happy, vibrant lives. And I think to kind of like our points before is like we've been constantly fed what the idea of it is. It's like literally getting McDonald's, Uber Eats to your home. It's like convenience. And it's like that's the idea that they're selling us. Like whatever is profitable or like the thing that works, like they're convincing us that is the elite level of being, is like the thing that we have is the most important, healthiest thing for you, and we're just eating it up. We're like, oh, like the McDonald's is only a half a mile away, but I'm still gonna get like a bunch of it delivered to me by somebody in a car, and it's gonna get dropped off on my doorstep, and I haven't changed out of my plaid pajamas because I live in Portland. And like there's no bless you, there's no like self-reflection in that. It's like, am I operating on top level? And we all know internally, but it's like that motivation, that drive, that desire to want to experience something different or better. Some people don't think that there's something better.
So I would have to say that Burgerville burger did not turn you
Did
this
not
way.
hit, dude. That
So
shit
that
was
didn't make you
garbage.
want to look into holistic medicine?
No, I'm not. And it's like, I don't even like, why are we on holistic medicine? I'm just like, I like read like a couple of things and I try things out. And I had a cigarette like 2 days ago. Like,
man.
Yeah. I'm just like, but it's like, I just know what's good for me, what's not, what is for pleasure,
Balance.
what is my propensity to seek distraction through various substances. And then there's a flip point where I'm like, oh, like it's time to fucking get shit going because I know what I'm supposed to be doing and how to get there is through this way. Like this signal, like broadcast signal of a body. Like if I am on my diet, on my sleep, on all of those things, like I can make anything happen. But if I'm bogging myself down with like a bunch of carbs, which don't agree with my body, everyone's different. There's no preaching about what types of diets, like whatever. He may have a different opinion about it, but everybody has there's bio individuality. Everybody's different. Like some things work for people that others don't. But I'm just in this process of just like learning and just knowing what I need.
So I love where this conversation is going. You know, this is my wheelhouse. But I think it's beautiful what you talked about, but it also goes back to what we talked about before. People not understanding themselves. And I think it starts with food. Like, I think it's a huge thing. Like, if you know, like you're saying, what your biodiversity is and how it fits your body, that means you know yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And in turn, right, you're in tune with how my body feels, how I'm mentally regulated. I know I can't eat this. I know I can eat this because this gives me energy. And what happens? You know how to make your day better. You know what to do to give yourself energy. You know what to do to make yourself creative. But then it's also about balance. Oh, I've been running today. I don't have time to really do this. I can cheat today. It's gonna affect me tomorrow, but I'm gonna eat this to make sure I'm balanced back out. And you're literally giving yourself life, rebirthing life into yourself as you do this process. I'm not saying go out and be vegetarian or vegan, but understand what you're eating when you eat it, so that you understand your body and how it affects your body, how it affects your stomach, how it affects your mind, how it affects your physical aspects of who you are, because those all play an important role into the next thing that you're going to be doing. If I'm tired and I'm going into work and I'm tired because I haven't eaten all day or whatever, or I ate crap, how does it affect my job? My outcomes are terrible, right? And now or I'm moody, I'm cussing somebody out today, all because of not understanding your body. And I think it comes back full circle what we've been talking about this whole time about men not getting out to try these things because they don't understand how it's going to make them feel. They don't understand the importance of experience, trying something different. Like, how does that incorporate into my soul? How does that make my body feel? What does that tap into? It taps into a different part of your brain that says, actually, this isn't scary. This is fun. This is exciting. This is joyous. Wow, this gives me so much energy. This is life. So I love what you talked about. We can talk about this all day. You already know that. But I think going back to understanding who you are to put yourself in a better space and a better environment. So,
Man, that was well said, because that leads us to, man, you've been doing a lot of that today.
Yeah.
Breathing. And men trying new things, or at least for me. So, we have Portland's very own. He's gritted. He's gritted because he's not
like,
here.
what are you gonna say?
Oh, this is not true. Are you not an expert with somatic breathing?
An expert on the way to becoming one.
Because he's always a student. That's how you know you're the real master.
You ain't wrong.
Exactly. So I love how you said that. Trying new things. You made this pivot, or it's not even say pivot, transition. You went back to what you always should have been doing. Please. I know a little bit. AJ knows a little bit, but for a first time listener, what is breath work like for you? What is the Aaron way?
Yeah. So the way that I got into somatic breath work was, like, I've been meditating for a number of years, and it's been like a very like slowly cultivated energy and confidence and awareness and stillness, and it's been beautiful. And then I was like looking for something to like help me go deeper and quicker. So I reached out to my friend Ryan Williams, who told me about him going to get this training in Austin. He's like, all right, I'm going to go to this somatic breathwork training and I'm going to come back. And then like I hit him up. I was like, hey, like, can we do it? So he comes over to my spot when I was living alone, and like I lay on my back and he sets up and guides me in this hour-long experience with like tribal music and asks me to like breathe like as deep as I can, as fast as I can for 30 minutes. And then the second half, it's going to be more like relaxing breathing. But in that first 30 minutes, it was like I was like drowning. I was like, yo, like what the hell's going on right now? Like I've never experienced anything like this, like a tiger chasing me times 10. And I felt like I transported to like another space. These are all things that I have like the experience, but now I have like the training to kind of like articulate. So somatic breathwork is an embodiment experience where we get out of our thinking mind and reconnect ourselves to our body, because we've been so disconnected to the body, to the feeling. And the instincts that we have are a lot of the time self-preservational, that we have going out throughout our lives. Like we have these like stress responses that we almost get like that kind of capture us. Like we used to date somebody and we see their Instagram photo and we catch like we're like, whoa, I wasn't expecting that. Like whatever. But a lot of the times when we're young and we have all these like experiences, we don't have a healthy way to express what needed to be expressed. So when we're young, when we're like 7, 13, we saw something that we shouldn't have seen or whatnot, and we needed to act in a certain way, but we suppress it. Like that memory lives in our tissue, lives in the body. So when people go to therapy, they're literally just like remembering it and just blurting it out, but that memory still lives within the body. So as a somatic breathwork practitioner, we create an experience and an environment to bring up these emotions that have been stored and trapped in the body and allow expression. So an expression can look like crying, yelling, anger, joy, laughing, dancing, like shaking. Like there's no young Dro over here.
Hey, you know, maybe you could put a little shoulder lean in that breath work.
Whatever comes up is like, that's 100%. Like if that's somebody's expression, then we grant that permission. And that's the thing, is like the healing that we all need like happens in the presence of an empathetic witness. It's not done in captivity when you're by yourself and it's like, I'm healing. It's like when somebody's there to witness you go through your process, like that's when you fully like create the safety that you needed when you were young. So I flew out to Austin, Texas after I had my experience, and I was just like, yo, I have to learn how to do this thing, because it felt like I had like shed layers of protection that I've had over my body, like where it's like I'm always kind of like protecting myself, and this has kind of allowed me to like express the things that I hadn't expressed before. Like I've expressed anger, deep sadness, and I haven't had arenas to do that. Like, especially us, like we don't have anywhere to go to like cry and to yell and like really, really like yell, like to that depth of being like, you know what, like if anyone crosses me, it's over. Like that kind of anger coming up. So that's why I gravitated towards this, because it's a tool for transformation. It's a tool for healing that is like potent but quick. It's like an hour 30-minute experience, and it can change your life.
I've heard about it from other people that have done it and talked about it in different avenues, but I've always like wanted to try it, because I feel like natural medicine is real medicine, and it's crazy to think that an outside source can give you the healing that you need on the inside source.
Well, you do it all yourself. That's
Well,
the thing. It's
well,
like with the breathing, it's like I'm just like guiding you, but your
Yeah.
body knows exactly what it needs.
Absolutely.
Like
And
it'll tell, like sometimes like the body like doesn't feel safe and it'll hold back a little bit in a session. Like I don't get to decide like what chooses to come out, but 100% of the time it's like the person that's going through the session, like the body's just making all the choices for you. Like it's not like a mental experience of like, oh yeah, like when I was 14 and I got in that bike accident and da da da. Like there's none of that one-to-one relating with what gets expressed to the narrative of our life, because we're constantly collecting stress every single day. Like we're collecting stress from experiences, from relationships, but there's no way for us to like let it move through us and to give us this, like give ourselves this experience. I'm like, oh shit, this is what we all need. Like we all need a place to really, really bring back in the pieces of ourselves that we've severed and thought were unworthy, to let go of the things that aren't serving us in a very visceral, experiential way, not just talking about it like I'm a changed man, on Monday I'm gonna be this person now, but like through this experience, like you literally, like on an embodiment level, like change who you are.
That's deep. To continue that, the power of healing and its importance.
The power of healing. It's like we have to do it. It's like it's either you evolve and change and grow, or you don't. And healing is like the key component to the growth. It's like if you're building on top of like a unstable foundation, it's like you're bound to crack and fall at some point, and then you got to build over again. So it's like the self-awareness key that we keep coming back to. It's like noticing the cracks in our own foundation and deciding like, all right, like, do I want to like put some like fix-a-flat in it, or do I want to just demolish it completely and build a completely new foundation that'll be able to hold me on this journey that I'm going to be on.
Yeah.
It's like I realize like I'm like at the point now where I'm like, all right, I see where I want to go. I got to make sure that like my foundation is solid, so I don't have to keep coming back to this place and doing maintenance on it. And it's like, yo, I can't do maintenance when I'm supposed to be 30,000 feet in the air,
Man.
on a jet. Going across the world or something like of that nature. It's just a metaphor, but yeah, healing is just a part of life at this point. It's just like, all right, like stuff's gonna come up. Those are the contents that you got to work with. The things that are uncomfortable, you got to work with those things. And yeah, it never stops.
What drove you to continue down that? Because you're going back into something you started with. What's continuing to drive you in this path of not only healing yourself but healing other people?
Yeah, I think it's the built-in accountability. Like for me, showing up for other people means that I have to show up for myself first. And that's kind of like how I've kind of created a scenario in which that the more I give myself, the more I can give other people. The more I give other people, the more I'm showing up in my purpose and what I'm here to do. That's kind of like, that's like the part of it that I'm most proud of. I'm like, all right, cool. Like I just gotta keep saying that I'm the person that I say I am. I gotta keep holding the mirror up to myself, wiping the boogers away, and just continue to just show up. I create the door. Other people have to walk through it. It's like I'm here for people that are ready to do their work. That's essentially all I'm here to do. Is like, I'm not mad if someone's not ready to come to go this way and to start, for me to hold the mirror up to themselves and hand it to them and be like, all right, like I'm here with you, but you're doing everything on your own. I'm not doing anything extravagant other than creating like an environment for you to finally be able to like address yourself and to be like, all right, like we're in this thing. I'm not alone. That's one thing that I hope to share with people, is that like you don't have to do the healing thing alone. There's other people that are doing it alongside you. No one's going to come in and save you, though.
I know a couple people. Da-da-da-da. Captain Save-A-Ho. He'll save you.
I will not.
Save-A. But anyway, I will say one thing. I appreciate this healing conversation because I feel like more people that look like us have to talk about what healing looks like in the multifaceted, like swift army knife that is. I feel like there's like a lot of people that tell men that they have to do certain things a certain way. And we were kind of talking about that a couple shows ago about like if you do a certain thing, that's not manly or anything like that. But I really appreciate hearing you brothers talk about that in this way. And I think a perfect way to end our show for today is with actually bringing up something you both were actually talking about. Because what would a Play Doh game show be without some random
Dirt.
CB scenario?
That's what I came here for.
Yeah.
Talk about wealth, health, and wellness, and
Oh, that's a different segment that you'll be on in August.
August.
You're already going to be on it. So yeah. Anyway, I heard that you're not in these Portland streets no more.
Oh,
Wait.
dirty.
Let me finish it. You're telling on yourself. I'm not saying that. You're not out there at the Jackies. You're not at the Lulus, and I'm
I
curious.
never was.
Tell us.
Last time I went to Lulu's was for your birthday. That was like last year.
So why is club life not for you?
Interesting.
Yeah. You see, you told on yourself.
Not really.
Okay, good. Read between the lines.
No, I've always had like I don't know. It's just not what I like. It's just like, it doesn't give me what I want. So I'm like, why am I going to hang out at a place that doesn't give me what I want?
So beautiful women aren't there?
I mean, are they functioning in their highest capacities?
I think they are.
Then that's a sad state.
Whoa. What do you mean by that?
I'm just going to shut up.
Stop the cap.
I'm just not going to talk. This is like his playground right here. He hangs out here. This is like, I'm the king of the castle. And I'm just like, wait, what? What's going on here?
Not at all. Not at all.
Control room is going nuts right now. They're like, oh, you got him.
It's not this guy. It's not this kind of show. But I'm curious because y'all were really resonating off screen about like, yeah, I ain't out there. Look at y'all. Well, how do y'all look at me? I'm at Lulu sometimes.
All the time.
Not even.
No, it's what you enjoy.
Weekly.
Like, you enjoy
Fuck off.
hanging out with a bunch of strangers that are unhappy. It's all good.
Okay. Toxic.
I just honestly, I've created this mindset that we've doused our society that drinking is a way to be happy, and it with drinking comes everything else that comes with it. I think it's like, for example, you can't watch the game without a beer. You can't go out without a shot. You can't or a drink or whatever the case may be. And I think we've created this in society. It's about the bottle service. It's about this idea that these things are going to allow you to have fun for me, and that is not what I choose to say is fun. Like, I would love to go dance at a festival, carnival, whatever, and not have to be drinking in order to do those things. I would love to, but I feel like the pressure's on in society that cultivates this idea that in order for you to have fun, you have to drink. And so it's sometimes a scapegoat for people to be like, well, I'm going to go have fun, so I'm going to go take some shots. And it's like, and so to go on what Aaron's talking about, I think a lot of people go in there to have fun, but also drink their weekend or their week away. And it's like, how is that making it more fun when you wake up to a headache, your body hurts, you don't want to, you get up at 12 o'clock or whatever the next day trying to figure out what's the next day like. It's actually worse on you than it was before. So
it's the same thing every time though. Like every single night out is kind of like the same.
Okay, you still toxic.
Is it not?
Are you still toxic? I'm curious. One of the things you said yeah. What kind of festivals do you go to? Do you lean with it, rock with it, or do you like
shuffle?
Yeah, I'm curious. What kind of festivals do you go to?
I don't know. Like all different types of.
Okay, just name one. I'm just curious.
I mean, I went to Blues Fest.
Okay, cool.
Like Blues Fest?
Yeah.
That's not blues.
It's not blues.
All right, for sure.
So they.
Like, what do we call this? What do we call this?
But no. So I went one day and there was one artist that they called him the BB King of Blues. Like, and he was really good. Like, he really shut it down and really played blues music at its authentic self. Everybody else though, highly questionable. But I think that's just a representation of Portland.
Okay,
yeah, I just imagine like
it was a sea of fair skinned
white
folks,
toes in dirt.
White. It was a lot of fair.
Like
skinned
everyone
folks.
like kicking dirt around with their fucking flip flops.
Yeah, it
was
hot out, so yeah.
For purposes, pick a different festival.
Jazz Fest.
Okay.
Essence Fest.
There we go. So I got you a question. When you were at that festival,
I haven't been to Essence Fest. I want to go.
Fuck. You are Captain Killjoy. Shit. You know what I'm alluding to? Whatever festival you at, you know what you're doing? Besides the last one? You're, what is that? Mr. Cheetah? You looking for something.
No,
I'm dancing and you be like, if you're man on the floor, if you ain't, let me know. So you just dancing your night away?
You can't dance to music. I dance at the gym.
No. Don't deviate.
I'm not deviating.
So after you dancing,
go ahead.
Do you think about dancing with somebody else? Do you think about dancing with the bros?
I don't think about dancing with nobody else.
We lying today.
Dancing's intuitive.
Oh, you cat. Oh, so you saving them. Oh, look here.
It is.
It's Batman
like,
and Robin.
What's around? Like, I'm going to dance just if I like the music, though. I'm not going to dance to every song, though, because there's certain songs where, like, they turn it on. I'm just like, nope, I'm out of the game. And then I'm back in the game. Then I'm out of the game.
So when that Cupid Shuffle comes on, are you dancing?
Absolutely not. I think the Cupid Shuffle is one of the worst songs ever invented. Yeah, black people, I fucking said it. When it comes on the barbecue, I want to turn it off. I said it. Anywho.
What about the stanky leg? You want to dance to that, too?
Yeah, sometimes.
Exactly. You can't just dance to music?
But first and foremost, the reason why I wanted to bring this up in the show is y'all are just some disingenuous bastards.
How?
What are you talking about?
I can vibe with not going out, but when y'all go out, I've seen y'all. Yeah, y'all out, and y'all be like, "What's up, Rob?" I mean, CB. And I'm like, yeah, we're talking, and then some piece of something come through. We talking about 2-piece and a biscuit, no drink, and y'all like, damn. And I'm like, whoo. You know, I'm about to go talk to her. So the energy,
for real?
Yeah.
What is it?
When's the last time?
Y'all want me to expose?
Yeah. When's the last time? When? Let me know.
Out of respect for what you do that I can't talk about, nigga, I've seen you in action. So you can stop. We can stop. Last time you was on some stuff, Jackie's. I don't want to have any context.
Oh! That was like a year and a half ago.
I don't care.
That was a year and a half. That was a year and a half ago.
All I want to say is, There's a
No.
difference because I'm speaking up for my people who just like to go out and people watch, which I do. I'm not gonna lie.
Anyway,
when I go out, I like to look at women looking nice with their
Anyway.
nice toes done, all that stuff.
All
I'm saying-
you're so off.
I'm being honest. Y'all are walking around.
Do we want to expose this?
What you talking about?
The li-
I have no problem saying when I'm out, I'm
on the hunt.
allegedly. I'm waiting. Whoa,
Exactly.
time out. Whoa, we're talking about historic information. Currently, I'm just sipping
Out of the streets.
niggas be nigging. Anyway, all I'm saying is the reason why I wanted to bring this up, if we were just talking more, 'cause I wanted to get into you guys' conversation because like I was like, y'all make me feel so dirty that I want to go out and just be around, and I was like, I know these niggas is talking. I know these niggas is shooting.
I honestly just don't have the energy to be around a bunch of people that I don't know, that I don't already vibe with. Like, that's just what it is. It's like, I'm already spending like my day at the flower factory. I'm doing the things that I care about, to just go wait in line and to stand around a bunch of people drinking when I don't drink. I'm celebrating 5 years of sobriety in September.
Let's go.
Come on. Like, why the fuck would why would I go into that space just knowing that people are seeking something that they're not going to find there? So what am I seeking in that environment? Unless I'm celebrating a milestone of a friend, I'll show up.
That's
But
the reason why I show
outside
up.
of that, it's like, what am I doing there? That's what I
feel
used to do.
I feel the same way. Like, I'd rather go kick it at a spot, hang out, chill, watch a game, whatever, boxing, something chill, or hang out, play board games or something. And I'd rather do that with 10 adults than go to a nightclub with 70 adults, unless I'm celebrating something. And most of the time when I go out, it's in order to celebrate something.
Okay. Well, I thought it would be healthy dialogue to talk about this because, we don't hear that perspective a lot. In that perspective.
That's where you're getting at. Okay.
Oh, but also, I'm also dead ass serious. Y'all be gapping.
What do you mean? When's the last time you see me out, Robert?
Well, this has been a great installment of the.
Yeah,
It's
Bruh.
been how long?
I'm just saying, when y'all out, y'all
I
ain't
mean,
just.
like when I'm out, I still like.
Okay,
put
thank you.
on.
Thank you.
Like, I
That's
still
what I'm
put
saying.
on. Like, I'm
Okay,
not gonna
Young
go out
Jeezy.
and just be like,
Ooh, I don't know what I'm doing.
That's
like,
how it sounds.
No, it's just like I just don't do it. But if I go out, like I went out to the homie Suave's show in North Portland, but it's like I'm still gonna put it on,
Okay.
be that dude.
All right.
But I'm going home to go to sleep as
Yeah.
soon as I can.
Okay. All right. I didn't want you to be playing in Pelican Bay. I was about to give you the Denzel Washington speech. All right. Okay. You motherfuckers. Anyway. No, man. AR.
AR-15.
All types of clips.
Bars. Anywho, like always, my brother, definitely a man in my wedding, definitely in the, public service announcements. First 10 tables after my family. That's how you know how I feel about you. Where you sit at, there's where you're at.
The date TBA.
One day I will just say, y'all weird. Anywho, I just want to say thank you so much, people. If you really like what myself, AJ, and everyone else does, what do you call it? Definitely, this is a person you need to be following on and off the gram. And man, someone that inspires me to be great. And I just want to say once again, thank you for stopping by the show.
Thank you so much for having me.
Before we get out of here, lace people with your gram where they can get their breath work done at. Let people know.
Yeah, you can follow me on Instagram at Aaron Robinson, AARONROBNSON. And then you can also follow me on my business account, opening.presence, presence with a C. That's where I post all of my breathwork offerings in the city of Portland and abroad. I do online ones as well. You can have a very deep transformational experience from the comfort of your own home. Shoot me a DM. I'm always posting links to experiences, group somatic breathwork ceremonies, and anything in that healing, wellness, transformation, personal growth space. So that's it. Thank you so much for having me.
Man, it's been a pleasure, per usual. The mind is always going when Aaron's in the room. And make sure you guys are liking, subscribing, and following the page. Hit the bells. You get the notifications. They come in handy. And continue to love what we do, man. We produce for you. So this is another special individual for special people.
I put on.
We out. Peace.
I put on for my city. All on for my city.
Probably wondering if I think of you. Sorry, I'm for the bag right now. Yeah, I'm for the bag right now. Yeah, for the bag that I never had. Yeah, you probably mad right now. Yeah, I got a 2-piece now. Shit, I think they call them groupies now.